Hey y'all, Jack Collins here. It's time for you to all rise for Judge Boing Boing, because I'm finally getting to review this thing. It's gonna be unscripted, so be warned if I make a few mistakes here and there. Okay, let's begin. Judge Boing Boing is a show about a judge, a very goofy judge, portrayed by Bill Beretta of Sesame Street and Muppets fame. You know, he was the performer behind Pepe the King Prong and Johnny Fiamma and Louie, Elmo's dad, so you kind of get that wackiness in there with Judge Boing Boing, and I really like it. And then there's the other characters. Olaf, we don't know his performer yet, but he doesn't say a thing, he just likes hitting people with a club. And there's Bailiff Bill, who is played by Dave Goelz. But yeah, basically the gist of the show is just jokes. Essentially, like, Judge Boing Boing basically says a joke, then the defendant basically gets to clap back, and then the Judge Boing Boing says a joke again, and then they're hit away by Olaf if they're considered guilty. And I think the other people in the court are played by Leslie Cara Rudolph, Peter Linz, Bradley Freeman Jr. WRONG! And I don't know, I think that's it, or maybe I'm getting my sources wrong. I don't know. Maybe Stephanie D'Abruzzo. WRONG! I don't know, a lot of former Henson people came, and I think it's really neat. Just to get off topic for like a minute, but when I heard that Leslie Cara Rudolph was in it, I was like, oh cool, she's Abby K. Dabby on Sesame Street, until I realized, oh my god, she's also Dudley's mom on Tough Puppy. That made my jaw drop. I want to know how that happened, how that specific casting decision happened, but moving on with Judge Boing Boing. This very much does remind me of like the Wilkins Coffee commercials, as in there's not really a lot there and there's just a lot of jokes and slapstick. That's exactly what it feels like here. There's a lot of jokes, there's a lot of slapstick. These segments are very short, you know, with very simple characters, not much in the way of dialogue, but very much in the way of humor. And yeah, this is what we're getting from here on out. I'm all for it, especially if this show is just like an excuse to just have, you know, Bill and Frank and Dave and all these other performers just go out there and have fun. And I don't think I mentioned Frank Oz's role in the series. He's actually the director of the series, so all the pans and camera shots and everything, yeah, that's him. And I think he's grown a lot as a director since Dark Crystal and Muppets Take Manhattan. Yeah, in the last video I kind of got that wrong, because Muppets Take Manhattan was not his first film, it was actually The Dark Crystal. And I'm like, oh, okay, so thanks to my editor, Rocco Rotten, for pointing out that mistake, and I actually do really like working with him a lot. We actually have a lot of videos ready on the pipeline, but for right now, you know, let's focus on this. I don't want to get too off topic here. But back to Judge Boing Boing once again. Does this mean we'll be getting, like, more, does this mean we'll be getting, like, longer cases in the future, hopefully? I really like an episode where it focuses on one specific case, and through that we could get more jokes and maybe know a little bit more about the characters. Maybe we'll finally get to hear Olaf speak, or maybe we'll get to hear some more about Bailiff Bill. You know, that kind of stuff. It's very, you know, but what we have here is fun so far. And I especially like the puppet designs a lot. I think those kind of stick out. They feel very Muppety, while at the same time not really being like Muppets, so yeah, that's kind of cool. I also really like how, you know, just how Muppety it all feels, yet it's not really a Muppets project, even though it's made by people who have been working for the Muppets for decades now. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, for right now, that's kind of all I have for Judge Boing Boing, and I really liked it, and I thought it was funny, and props to Bill and Frank, and pretty much everyone else for making this little series a reality. The 2 links to the first 2 episodes are going to be in the description. The next episode is going to be coming out on Easter Sunday. Whoa. Like that case involving the Easter Bunny, probably? I don't know. I just really hope that happens. Maybe even, like, I don't know, a case involving other Muppets? Sesame Street? Fraggle Rock? That's not going to happen, but would be hilarious if it somehow did. We have the indie puppets meeting, like, the other Henson Company / Sesame Workshop / Disney puppets. Oh, that'd be something. I just want to see, you know, a court case where, I don't know, Kermit sues Miss Piggy for a lot of things, including not asking for bouncing baby figs. Oh wait, that was the robot Kermit from that one episode. Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of enough of me droning on. Now this question goes out to my fellow Muppet fans. Did you see these episodes, and so what do you think of them? Do you think there could have been some more improvement besides the jokes? Because, well, I feel like the jokes are kind of like a factor as to why, puppet things are successful. I feel like it could use a little more time in the oven in terms of stories, but what we're getting right now is great. It's silly, it's fun, and oh no, I just really love this, and I just really hope it gets more attention from the puppet loving audience and the non-puppet loving audience alike. But yeah, either way, subscribe to my editor, Rocco Rotten. He has a lot of videos coming up, and yeah, we'll see where all of this goes from here, because he and I have a lot of video ideas that I'd like to share, that he'd like to share. It's gonna come soon. But yeah, all in all, Judge Boing Boing, 10 out of 10. Would love to see more of it, and it's time for recess! That was just a little taste of my Judge Boing Boing. Now they know how to do an Edwin impression. Now that I think about it, Edwin's basically like the Mad Hatter and all the other characters I grew up on were Edwin impressions. I think a couple Muppets, some people know that were Edwin impressions, like Mr. Monster and but Dr. Edwin and Mr. Poodlepants. I mentioned Mr. Poodlepants a while back, but yeah, he's an Edwin impression. Everybody is an Edwin impression, and yeah, so well, bye everybody. I don't know how to end this video off other than saying bye, and I hope Judge Boing Boing does well. Props to Bill Beretta. You can check out the Beretta Brothers podcast and everything. Subscribe to that, and yeah, I'm not very good with unscripted stuff, so ciao. Hey guys, Jack Collins here, and I learned I actually got some stuff wrong from Judge Boing Boing in my review. So basically, here is the performer list right here. As you can see, there's a lot of notable names here, like Leslie Cara Rudolph, a performer for Abby Cadabby on Sesame Street, Peter Linz, who currently performs Ernie, and also Statler, I think. And then we get Bruce Lanoil, who has been in a lot of Henson projects over the years and was the voice of Pepe Le Pew in Looney Tunes Back in Action, and he was also the other performer for The Cat in the Hat when Marty Robinson left the Webeless world of Dr. Seuss. And then there was, and of course you get Bill and Jackson Beretta. I think this is Jackson's first puppeteering role, I guess, seeing as how Beretta, of course, performs the voice and right hand of Judge Boing Boing, while Jackson's performing the left, I think. But yeah, it's nice to see that father-son duo thing going along. And then we have Tim Lagasse, or Lagasse. The most notable thing he's been in was Crash and Bernstein, where he performed the main character as Crash. If you remember that show. I don't think anybody does but me, but lol. And yeah, he also did a lot of background characters on Sesame Street. I think he was Harry Monster for a float once, and yeah, that's the performer list. Also, another thing about Bailiff Bill, I got his name wrong. It wasn't Bailiff Bill, it was Bailiff Biff. Essentially, Bailiff Biff can speak fluent dog, and we see that throughout the end of the episode where all the dogs are barking, and Judge Boing Boing even starts joining in on the barking, so yeah, that part was really funny. But yeah, and also the fact that the third episode is the last episode. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Jeez, I mean, wow, what a ride. Only 3 episodes of just jokes and everything else. This really does feel like a Wilkins Coffee commercial in a way. But yeah, this is Jack Collins signing off, and I really hope you all have a good rest of your day. Or night, or whatever. Just, I'm really bad at I'm really bad at this kind of stuff, so this is me signing off. Bye.